Speculation and theorizing around the new human character from Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes has gotten the whole fan base buzzing. Is MAE really an astronaut like everybody's saying she is? Or could there be other explanations for the mystery surrounding her character? If you like what I do here and want to show your support, be sure to hit the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you can stay up to date on all things apes. Enjoy the video. Hello everybody and welcome to Ape Nation, your #1 source for all things Planet of the Apes on YouTube. My name is Josh and today I'm talking about the latest Planet of the Apes fan theory that's taken the internet completely by storm, and it surrounds the new human character MAE from Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, who's played by The Witcher's Freya Allan. This is a topic of conversation that many people have been discussing in the comments of my videos for the last few weeks. With every new bit of news, I've seen more and more people getting behind this theory, and that theory would be that MAE, like I said, the character played by Freya Allan, is an astronaut. For those who don't know what I mean by that, in the original Planet of the Apes, the story involved time-traveling astronauts who time-traveled 2,000 years into the future to discover the Earth has been inhabited by talking apes. What many people are speculating is that MAE is a human who has time-traveled from what is our current present to 300 plus years into the future, which is where Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes takes place, and she is an intelligent human of our current generation that has found her way in this new timeline where apes have taken over the world. That is the popular theory. I have a couple of theories and some speculation about what all this could mean, where it comes from, and how it could connect to the first 3 films. All this speculation started right after the first trailer came out. I saw a handful of people saying, oh, I wonder if MAE's an astronaut. I think this was actually an leaked plot synopsis, but there was a line about how she has her own mission. She has some secret agenda that she's after in this movie. And so that got a lot of people wondering, is she secretly an astronaut? Did she time travel to this time period from the past, aka our present? And there was some possible credibility, but at first I kind of scoffed at these. I didn't really take it very seriously. It just seemed like nonsense. And as we've gotten closer, more and more people have started to rally behind this theory. And with all the information we got over the last month about the movie, more and more people started to think, I wonder if she is an astronaut. Maybe there's some legitimacy to this. And then something happened a few days ago, and technically this has been around for a while. People have, raised the brightness on certain images in the trailer and stuff like that, but it wasn't crystal clear until now. And so a few days ago, Freya Allan, the actress who plays MAE, posted on her Instagram story a new picture from Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And in that picture, she is seen wearing modern day human clothes. She's wearing a blue shirt and she's wearing jeans. And these are things that humans of this time period no longer wear. They are wearing rags. They are wearing basically nothing like they did in the original film. And that was the first major indicator to me that there might actually be something to these theories. Now, before I continue ahead with this, I will say right now, I still don't think that she's an astronaut. I think the speculation and the theorizing is fun, it's great, it's awesome. For all I know, it could end up being true, but as it sits right now, I don't think that just a blanket statement, MAE is an astronaut, is exactly the case. I think there's other possibilities, and I think there's other explanations that could be behind this picture and behind some of what's going on with her story that the actress has talked about, but ultimately I don't think she's an astronaut per se. Now, I have a couple of reasons as to why I just don't buy into this theory that she's an astronaut per se, and I'll talk about those. And then I also have a couple of theories as to what the situation could be. So as for why I don't think this is the case, so I don't think that MAE is an astronaut. And to be honest, this is kind of just a basic one. It could mean nothing. I mean, they could explain this away very easily, but Freya Allan is 22 years old. And I think she was actually probably 21 when she filmed the movie. And I can only imagine she's probably portraying someone who's in their late teens, early 20s. I don't know about you. I don't know many astronauts who are in their late teens, early 20s. It just doesn't seem plausible. It just seems kind of weird and doesn't really fit for me. But again, that's something that could very easily be explained away. The next reason I don't really buy into this is that it's just too early in the timeline. I think it's way too early in the timeline to introduce astronauts going ahead and and coming to this new point in time on Earth. It's definitely possible, but I just don't think that's where they're going. And the other thing, and again, talking about just not fitting, the story that they seem to be telling with Noah and Proxima Caesar and this coming of age journey just seems like something so out of left field and like something that just doesn't belong in this particular story. Maybe in the next one or the one after that, but so far in the story that they're telling, the story about Noah discovering his own past, the story of Proxima Caesar in this kingdom and him taking the wrong lessons from Caesar and, you know, becoming this corrupt king that will probably have to be overcome by Noah. That just doesn't seem like a story where you'd also squeeze in, oh yeah, here's an astronaut that time traveled from 300 plus years ago. You know, it doesn't seem like it fits into the story. But again, I could be totally wrong. Just from what I'm seeing so far, it doesn't really make sense that this would be the case. Now, there are some other alternatives as to what could explain why she's wearing these clothes, what this other mission is of hers. And so my first theory, and this is kind of adjacent to the one everyone has, everyone's saying she's an astronaut. Potentially, maybe she is the daughter of an astronaut, which would explain the age issue. For all we know, astronauts came to this place, they came to this time period, they started their own colony, and they gave birth to MAE at some point prior to this film starting. That's definitely a possibility. I don't think that's the case, but that's an idea that I thought would make some sense as to what's going on. It would definitely line up with what we saw in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, where there's a shot where you see that astronauts got lost in space, which was obviously a setup for something like this. So it would definitely fit, and it would make sense if they did something like that. The next possible theory, and this one I've also seen a handful of people floating around, is that she is from a colony of intelligent humans. There potentially could be this colony or several colonies around the world of humans who never went mute. They didn't become animals who wear loincloths and rags. And it's very possible that she could be from a group of humans like that. We don't know, but to be honest, I think that one's much more likely than the astronaut theory. I just think it's a little more plausible. It fits a little better into the story that's being told. There's not so much heavy lifting that has to be done when explaining something like that. And also, it would make sense in the world that has already been built. You know, we saw in Rise, Dawn, and War that certain humans were immune to the virus. And again, we saw that those people that had been immune to the virus got hit with becoming mute.
The virus that almost wiped us out, the virus that every human survivor still carries, had suddenly changed, mutated. It would destroy humanity for good this time. Not by killing us, but by robbing us of those things that make us human.
But what if there were other humans that were even immune to that? So we don't know. It's very possible that there are other humans out there that for the last 300 years have managed to survive and managed to maintain their intelligence and managed to continue the human race. I think that's much more likely of a possibility. And ultimately, this is the theory that I'm going with, and it's probably not the popular one. It's also the least fun one, but I also think it's probably the most realistic one. And I ultimately think that the clothes that MAE is wearing, they're just clothes that she discovers at some point in the movie with Noah on their journey. I don't really think it's going to be that crazy of a reveal. I don't think it's going to be some huge moment where we find out that she's a time traveler. Again, I could be wrong. And like I said, the intelligent humans is an angle that I think would make a lot more sense and I think is a lot more likely of a possibility. But ultimately, like I said, I think odds are is this is just some clothes that she found at some point during the story, when her and Noah and his 8 friends are on their journey doing whatever it is they're doing. I could be completely wrong on that. For all I know, there is some crazy reveal that she's an astronaut, or that she's the daughter of an astronaut, or that she's a part of this intelligent human tribe that's out there somewhere. But I think, unfortunately, the least exciting and least fun idea is probably the one that's most realistic. But my opinion is not the only one that matters here. I know there are a lot of you have different ideas about who is MAE, where does she come from, what is she doing in this story, and I really want to hear more of your ideas. I've heard a lot of you talk about the astronaut theory, but if you have another theory, whether it's something that I mentioned here or something completely different, I really want to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for checking out today's video here on Ape Nation. If you liked this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you can stay up to date on all things apes. I'll catch you in the next one, so until then, goodbye.